Welcome back to TCT Bass Fishing, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're here with another informational video for you guys. We are revisiting a topic that we did about 4 or 5 months ago, but for the winter now. We did our top 5 summer baits during the summer, and now we're going to do our top 5 winter baits during the winter right here, right now. So y'all stay tuned and get locked in and check out these baits. They're going to get you onto some giant winter bass. So make sure you stay tuned, make sure you please like and subscribe and enjoy the video, and let's go check out these baits. Let's go. Alright you guys, here at number 5, no specific order, really just 5 baits that'll catch you bass all winter long. And at number 5, we got the nice jig here. I love football jigs during the winter because they're just like, I don't know, they're just great. Honestly, I love the football jigs. We got a few jigs here. Alright, well there goes one. But we got right here our red Guggen jig right here. I like the football jigs, like I said. This isn't necessarily a football jig, but the football jigs I do have, I love so much. We got a more natural green color here with the nice grass. We got bright red. I just dropped the black and blue. Here it is, black and blue. Also, all right, that's a leaf. Black and blue Guggen jig right here. And the thing is, it's nice with these jigs, if you throw them down in these deeper areas where the bass are going to be, you can pop them around, and there's so much action. Like with these skirts, dude, there is so much going on with these skirts. But also, you can throw on trailers with these things. For example, we have this Guggen crawl right here that you can, the Kraken crawl by Guggen. Also love this bait during spawn. But anyway, you could put this on, for example, this red one, this red jig. You could bite this down to about down here, and you can put it on and make it a perfect trailer for this jig, and it just makes the color more vibrant and more annoying, and these bass are just gonna want to eat it. So much more action because these Guggen Kraken crawls have so much action on the claws. But man, that is a perfect bait to go catch them in the winter. So make sure to throw some jigs in your winter, and let's go check out number 4. Alright you guys, bait number 4 is going to be a bait that is honestly good year round, but in winter it just has more of an advantage. It just gets down to where those fish are. It can just catch you those fish with a lot of action, and that's going to be your nice, beautiful shaky heads, man. I love shaky heads, man. Y'all have seen videos of me catching fish on shaky heads all the time, especially when I'm offshore fishing and not on the bank or not in a pond. But these will work perfect in a pond too. A few examples there that I just showed y'all. These two right here are going to be our sponsor, X Zone. I actually absolutely love their worms, especially on shaky heads, because the way they design this is these tails float right here at the end of this tail. So you drop this down and the falling action is going to be great, and it'll sit just like this. But since this tail floats, unlike some of these brands, this tail will stay up and just kind of be like kind of shaking around and giving you more action, versus some of these other worms will just go limp and it's not as good as action. But man, that's a great way to go catch fish during these winter times, and get down there and give this thing some pops and just give it some action. You could drag it, all sorts of things, but again, with this X Zone tail, it'll float, just giving you a way more advantage and way better chance to get these bass attention and go and catch them. And this is a Zoom worm here with a nice little ribbon tail. It's about, I don't even know how long, it's probably 10-inch worm, a little big, but it's another great way to catch these bass, and just a bigger profile and a longer profile, and we'll have a good action on the fall with this ribbon tail. So that's another great bait to go check them out during the winter. And let's move on to number 3. Let's go. All right, man, number 3 is another bait that is super good and super useful in the winter, and a bait honestly I need to take more advantage of, and I do not fish enough, and I need to because it's a great winter bait. And that is going to be your jerk baits and flukes. I have some flukes in the car, but flukes are literally just the soft bait version of a jerk bait basically. But right here we got a 6 cents jerk bait. Absolute beautiful colors. I love the way 6 cents designs their jerk baits. They're just absolutely beautiful, especially the colors and diversity they have is just absolutely beautiful. And here's a Guggen jerk bait, another beautiful jerk bait, of course. But man, these baits are really good at mimicking dying bait fish during these winters, because it gets cold and these bait fish just either start to die or just like, you know what I'm saying. These bass are super lazy during the winters, and they don't really want to move. They just stay stacked together in the warmest water possible. And when you throw a jerk bait down there, you just give it a nice, little pop, and these jerk baits are gonna just like, phew, like just fly across the water. But they're gonna fly, but then they're gonna slow down a lot, and they're just gonna kind of glide. And you pop it, and it's gonna turn directions again and glide, just like that, literally just like that. Hey man, that was pretty good acting, I ain't gonna lie. But you pop it and it's gonna glide like that, and these bass are gonna see that and be thinking it's a dying bait fish. And when they're lazy like this during the winters, they want an easy meal, something easy it's gonna eat. It's not something they have to chase, and these jerk baits replicate a dying bait fish perfectly. Same thing with the flukes. There's so many different colors in flukes. There's white, pink, anything you can really think of. They pretty much got it. But of course, I love my jerkbaits as well. And that's pretty much all I got for number 3. And let's head over to number 2. All right, you guys, number 2 is a bait that I have been using so much recently on the channel, and it's just been catching us fish after fish after fish, and it's been absolutely a great bait during this winter for us on the channel, and that is gonna be, all right, that's gonna be the amazing lipless crankbait right here. We got one from Guggen, a beautiful lipless crankbait. As y'all saw last video for my birthday budget challenge, I was throwing around a lipless crankbait from Guggen. It was red, and we caught like 3 or 4 fish on it. It actually sparked up the day for us and really got it going, so that was a great bait to throw out there. And then right here we got the Duke 65 lipless crankbait from 6 cents in 4K shad color. Absolutely love this bait. I've caught so many fish on this bait, and I've bought this bait probably like 3 or 4 times. Dude, every time I end up losing this bait, I just go and buy it again. It's so good. I absolutely love it. And oh, here's another one. All right, so here's another one, another Duke 65 I have tied on right now in the bright red. During these winters, these crawfish are coming out, and these bass are feeding on crawfish. If you don't notice, when you go and catch these bass, sometimes they have red lips, like bright red lips, and that's because they're eating crawfish that are red, and you want to implicate that by throwing these lipless crankbaits or even like square bill crankbaits or things like that, but in these bright red colors, because they'll confuse it with a crawfish or something with that nature, and they will eat it because this red is such a vibrant and annoying color for these bass that they will definitely munch it. So man, y'all stay tuned, and I'm gonna teach y'all the absolute cheat code for number 1. Let's get it. All right, you guys, and for number 1 is probably the biggest bass fishing cheat code in the world, honestly. It's just broken. It's a bait that literally is just, it's literally just a cheat code, honestly. And that is going to be your Alabama rig. I currently don't have one right now, because if you saw not too long ago, I posted a video called Fishing with Bass Fishing Cheat Code, and we caught like a 4 or 5 pounder. I didn't have my scale on me, which was unfortunate, but we ended up breaking it off. Like I threw it, and my line just completely snapped, and we just watched it fly through the sky and land in the pond. And about $30 later, that thing is gone. So that was unfortunate, but again, this thing is an absolute cheat code. You can go and tie on, for example, 6 cents Divine swim baits, 6 cents jig heads. They don't have to be 6 cents, but they can be anything you want. This is just, for example, what I had tied on in that very moment when we caught that giant fish, were these jig heads and these swim baits. Absolutely awesome. I'm gonna put some pictures in the corner of what an Alabama rig looks like if you don't know what I'm talking about. But this is the baits I used for that. It's absolutely beautiful. I'll also put some pictures of that fish we caught in the corner. It was a beautiful fish, a giant fish, an awesome bait, dude. You just throw it out there in your pond in the deepest area, just try to avoid, like, you know, stumps and sticks and areas that it could get caught in, because that is a negative to this bait. But other than that, this thing's a cheat code. The fish will find it, dude. There's so much going on. It has 5 hooks. You can do 5 swim baits. So much action going on. So many things. It just imitates perfectly a school of bait fish. It is just absolutely beautiful, and the fish will find it and they will destroy it. As y'all saw in that video that I caught that big fish, that fish had 2 of the swim baits and 2 of the hooks in its mouth when he pulled it in. It tried to engulf that Alabama rig. It was absolutely awesome. But man, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another video with me. I greatly appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much, and until next time where we do a little bit more information and learn more about bass fishing, peace out.